Want to create some long exposure portraits using rear curtain sync? I know I said it. I feel like that was good. That should stick.
I thought you were gonna up.
No, I didn't screw it up. Let's get to it. What's up everyone? My name is Sal Cincotta. Welcome back to another video, and tonight, because it is after 11 p.m. and normally we're all in bed, but we are in our studio because we needed it to be pitch black in the studio to pull this off because we have so much natural light coming in here. We are going to make some creative portraits using long exposure, and part of that is using rear curtain sync. So let me kind of walk you through this. It's not complicated and the results are absolutely spectacular. So if you're looking to add something new and spice up your portraits, this is a really cool way to do it. So one of the first things we have to do is we have to go set our cameras into manual mode. I typically use 1 to 2 seconds for the exposure. That gives someone like Lauren a chance to move around and create some motion. So this is great for sports photography, which is typically where you'll see it. Senior photographers love doing it with sports and athletes, but I'd rather put it into a more fashion slant and do something super cool there. So that being said, what we want to do is give Lauren, or whoever your model is, a chance to add motion or action. So it helps. So she's got a nice flowy dress here. That's not really a dress, is it? It's
kind of
ish,
yeah.
dress,
Yeah.
pants, pant dress, dress pant.
You're really short.
Yeah, she is, and she's wearing heels.
No
heels?
Barefoot.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to be heightist on that. Okay, whatever. So we want to give them time to do something. So 2 seconds is usually pretty good. Set your camera into manual mode. You're going to want to get your exposure from your main light source. So here we're using the FJ200 with the Manny Ortiz Beauty Dish. That's perfect, nice size light source, and it's going to push out nice soft light as well. We're going to have that pretty close to her, and you're going to get your power settings, right? So you got to get dialed in. But the trick to making this all work is setting your strobe to rear curtain sync. And what does that mean in a nutshell? Photographers get all tripped up on this stuff. All it means is that instead of the flash firing the second you press the button or release the shutter, it waits until the shutter closes, right? So rear curtain sync. So it's not happening when a normal flash would fire when you click your button. That's not when it's happening at the end of that. Why? That gives us 2 seconds to move all around. Now it's getting ready to close. Boom, that fires on the rear curtain, freezes the action. And that's how we're going to get that. Now, how do we make it a little bit more interesting? So behind here, I have the Nan light. This is like horror lighting right now. Yeah, this is good. These are the Nan light Pavotube 2 6C. These are 89 bucks. And what I love most about them is they're magnetic, and that's why they're on my C stand here. So we're just kind of boom. They're RGB, and they are putting out a ton of light, and they're RGB and magnetic, so we can change the color. So we change it to a little bit pinkish purple, just to kind of go with the flow here and give a nice kind of vibe to the color tone of the whole image.
Did you just say vibe?
I said vibe. Am I too old to say vibe? So you need some kind of something to make it interesting. A continuous light makes it super easy because when you first release your shutter, that's illuminating all the motion that's happening. And when you freeze, the strobe is going to kick in with rear curtain sync, okay? So let me start shooting and it'll all make sense. The other kind of pro tip, if you will, is we put a piece of gaff tape down here because this is where she is metered in. And so for Lauren, she knows she can do whatever she wants. She's got to stop, freeze, come to camera before the 2 seconds is up. And there's a little bit of experimentation here that you have to start playing around with. And that's, quite frankly, the beauty of these portraits. That's why I like this. So am I going to do this for every single client? Of course not. What we're going to do is experiment, and if I get one shot that's killer, that was worth it, right? So you can do all your normal stuff, but if you want to up the ante on your portraits, give this a try. So I want to stop talking because this is probably the longest I've talked as an intro to the video, and I want to start doing. So let's get to it. All right, so Lauren, now what I do have to do, I apologize, we're going to have to turn off this light, so we're all going to be lit purple. 1, 2, 3. So the whole thing is right, you know, it's the gaff tape. This one was kind of perfect because you did whatever you did, and then you knew you had to stop and get your pose, right? So I think the stronger you can make the final pose, the better the image will be, right? So we can move our hands, move our legs, spin even. 1, 2, 3. Yes, this time do that, but finish looking at that light. Put that hand over your head. There you go. I'm just trying to get dialed in. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Look at this, dude.
Holy shit.
Isn't that so
That's
cool?
so cool.
This is so much fun. I love the color palette too. The color palette's really working. So just so you guys who are watching, what I'm doing here is I'm putting my camera in autofocus and then I'm putting it back into manual so that she's got to get to that spot. I'm shooting it at f5.6. I might switch to f8, but so far the images are looking pretty good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Lauren, that's the one on that pose.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
So I think with this stuff, it's super important to show her what we're getting and what we're doing. You hear us talking through it because I think this type of portrait is very much collaborative in nature. I can't just shoot away and give micro direction. Like, we really have to work through what she's doing for it to work. So now I want to do where you start off camera and then you kind of spin into camera. Maybe you don't even spin. Maybe you're just kind of gliding in. I think if you go here and this hand is here and you're dragging, I think that looks good. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I look like a ghost. Like, it's ghostly.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But it's like
It's just like you're kind of coming into the frame.
Yeah.
Remember, the final frame where you get lit, everything that led up to that is just kind of a trail. But so if you come from here straight in, all that is blocked by the final. So we gotta move at angles. I'm gonna turn this a little bit more to us. I want the background to go a little darker. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see. Did we get it? I think so. That looks really good. How you doing, Lauren? Saw you like stretching.
Yeah.
Was it a lot of work for you? Was it hard? Just wore out? Little stretch dancing? What do you think?
I think you should try it.
I should try it. No, I'll stay on that side of the camera for sure. All right, everybody, let me know down below which shot was your favorite, which one of Lauren's athletic movements were the best, but hopefully you see this is about experimentation. Have fun with it. That's what this kind of lighting is all about. The products in the comments below. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, click the bell, ding, give it a little, do the ding. They got to subscribe to get notifications. No, you got to hit the bell. Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, no.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.